everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avadon 3. Last episode, Delis was finally slain and dealt with. Redbeard was happy, but now he's going to take back Avadon. We've spoken with our companions and gotten 3 of them to join us. Selena, Nathalie, and Botan. Unfortunately, Khalida and Rudau would not stay. We didn't really complete their loyalty quest the right way. And we made it clear we're not going to support Redbeard. To everyone except Redbeard. He still expects us to join him. So, when you round the corner, you see Redbeard and his escorts waiting by a portal. You are just in time to see them step through it. The Keeper has returned to Avadon. The final battle has begun. I wish we could have fought him out here, but not much option. And there he is. You hurry down the hall, trying to keep up with Redbeard. These familiar halls are far more quiet and tense than they were last time you were here. The guards are confused and scared. Most of the hearts and other officials are gone. Redbeard seems to know what he is doing, though. He says, "First I reclaim my tower, then the main floor. Come!" He walks off to the west. Very well, then. We will follow you, Redbeard, for now. As Redbeard walks down the hall, everyone scurries out of his way. In his restored energetic form, he terrifies everyone he sees. Then he reaches the stairway up to his tower. There, he meets one woman who won't step aside. Hart Callan is there waiting for him. She is one of the most respected people in the Black Fortress. She served Redbeard as a loyal hand for many years. Then she acted as Hart for Protus. Now she is, as always, ready to die doing her duty. When you arrive, Redbeard is glowering down at her. She isn't intimidated. She's a true believer in the law. "Redbeard, you shouldn't have come here. Justly or not, you have been replaced. You have no right to come here and spill blood." Back up and listen quietly. You move quietly out of the blast radius and wait. Redbeard looks Callan in the eye. She doesn't turn away. Finally, he begins to speak. Redbeard talks calmly and gravely, showing more dignity than you had ever seen from him. Returning home has restored in him something that seemed lost. "Callan, you know me. Perhaps better than anyone living. You know I had to come here. The law of the Pact requires me to do my duty. My duty is here. Kill me if you must, but I have no choice. This is my true place." Hart Callan thinks hard about this. Everyone keeps their hands close to their blades, knowing that this could get very ugly in a moment. "You gave your life to the Pact Keeper. You deserve better than just being pushed aside by politics. If you were unworthy, we should have given you the swift death you deserve. I will not stop you. Protus is waiting for you. We are all waiting to see if you prove yourself worthy." Hart Callan steps aside. "Thank you, Callan. You served me well, but you also served my enemy. I'm concentrating on the conflict ahead. I can't decide what to do with you. Gabriel, what should happen to you?" "She is a noble servant of Avadon. She should remain a heart." Redbeard looks Callan over. "No, she got that title from the usurper. I will forgive her for her transgressions. I won't reward them. Hand, Callan, you may remain in my service. Go down to your post, please." Then, finding that she is going to live, she starts to tremble. She was understandably terrified to oppose Redbeard. She wobbles off to the north, eager to escape the ugliness to come. "She is a good worker. I'm glad to spare her. Now, upstairs, to the final conflict." "I am ready." "Come on, Gabriel. I count on your complete, unquestioning support. Help me, and I will reward you. Disappoint me, and I will install a new eternal prisoner, lost forever to torment in our dungeons." Then he walks upstairs, back straight, ready to face his fate. A new eternal prisoner? I don't think so. Here we are. Redbeard's tower is not empty. A lot of people are waiting in this hall. Hands, eyes, and hearts. Most of the highest officials of Avadon. Somehow they were informed that Redbeard was coming. They are here to greet you. Redbeard is already standing on the platform in the center of the hall, face to face with Acting Keeper Protus. They stare at each other silently. They're trying to act calm, but nobody is fooled. Behind Protus, you can see Envoy Diren. A representative of Hanvar's council needs to be on hand to note who will be taking control of the Black Fortress. You quietly slip into the room so that the final meeting can begin. Alright, let's begin. You walk up and take your place behind Redbeard. Someone closes the gate, sealing all participants in the hall. Pardon me for the gates. They will not open again until this matter is settled. Avadon and the Pact need certainty. Redbeard stays silent. Protus looks over his shoulder at Envoy Diren. Thanks to Hanvar's council for sending a witness. She will be reporting back what happens here today. Then Protus looks at you. And Gabriel, I'm happy to see you again. I'm glad you could come to this important event. Nod quietly. Another silent intruder. After all the inconvenience you have put us through, I expected more speeches. Redbeard stays silent. Finally, Protus grows irritated by his predecessor. Well, Redbeard, this whole dramatic show is because of you. You have done some good, I admit it. You have also been replaced. You need to accept it. Listen. Finally, Redbeard speaks. I am Keeper. The oath I swore and the law you follow say the same thing. I am Keeper until I die. You are a traitor, Protus, yet I want to show I have learned. I will do something new. I will offer mercy. Redbeard points at Protus's gold necklace. I gave you that so you could be effective in my absence. I am back. Give it to me and leave, and I swear I will pardon you for your crimes. Protus looks back at the envoy from Hanvar's council. She nods. He turns back to Redbeard. No, former Keeper, your time is done. Avadon is too strong and too wild. You are old and sick. The war is ended. We will have a new start. As Protus speaks, Redbeard starts to tremble. Just the tiniest amount, but nobody here misses it. Redbeard raises a trembling hand. All the control he worked so hard to regain fades in an instant. In a moment, he looks like a weak, harmless old man. He stumbles toward Protus, pointing a shaking hand at the necklace. Protus looks at Redbeard with pity. Redbeard says, That necklace, it is mine. I gave it for a reason. It is mine. I control it. Give it to me. Last chance or it will choke you. The mood in the room changes in an instant. Someone laughs. Then another. Then all but you join in. It is unthinkable. A host of officials in Avadon laughing at the mighty Redbeard. Even Protus can't restrain a chuckle. Choke me. Oh, Redbeard, you thought you could catch me with that simple trickery? Our finest eyes examined this necklace. There are no spells on it. No, Redbeard says. There aren't. It was just a distraction. The laughing courteous don't notice the new edge in his voice, but you do. But by then it is too late. Redbeard's weakness fades in an instant. He lurches forward with blinding speed. Ha! Ah! No! What? Watch out! There's a cloud of sparks thrown up by Protus's magical shield. Redbeard lunged forward, a long needle in his hand. The shield blocked most of the blow. Only the tip of the needle passed through it. It was enough. Protus looks down at the long red scratch on the back of his hand. Now Redbeard laughs. Protus stumbles back. The audience looks at each other, not sure what happened. Die, traitor! And then the poison takes effect. Protus collapses to the ground, dead. Redbeard takes the gold necklace. All the spell on this did was keep it clean and shiny, and distract you. It did its job well. He says as he steps over the body. The end of another traitor. Then he comes face to face with the envoy from Hanvar's council. She tries to hide her fear. Redbeard speaks triumphantly to the envoy from Hanvar's council. There! Your little crisis of leadership is settled. I have killed the Keeper of Avadon. Thus I am Keeper. It is settled. Now get out of my fortress! The envoy looks around at the gathered hearts, eyes, and hands. They look silently back at her, but nobody moves. Decades of fear paralyze them. They look broken, as if they never expected any other end. Redbeard stands still and silent, secure in his triumph. The envoy shouts, Will none of you do anything? You will let this madman rule you again? They look away. Then Envoy Diren looks at you. Gabriel, you are the only one I can ask. You are the last hope for the Pact, so I will ask you. What? Of all assembled here, only you understand Redbeard enough to see what a threat he is. Only you are strong enough to defeat him. Redbeard smiles quietly, secure in his victory. I ask you in the name of Anvar's council to please take Redbeard's place for the future of the Pact. Why are you asking me? You now know Redbeard better than anyone here. His strength and weaknesses. You are also the strongest warrior here. You have a chance to change Avadon and the Pact. For the better. Please take it. I will consider. Redbeard waits silently. The envoy watches you. The audience has no idea what is going on. You take a step back, ready to think and make your final decision. You try to talk to the spectators of this conflict, but none of them are eager for a conversation. They are all just trying to look invisible and get out alive. Right. Cast that. Cast. Actually, hold on. Build. Freezing turret, and the envoy calls out to you. Gabriel, for good or ill, we must settle this matter. I am asking you in the name of the Pact to replace Redbeard. Have you decided? I have a decision. Everyone leans forward a little, even Redbeard. What have you decided, Hand? Redbeard's time as keeper has passed. Since none of you will replace him, I will. Redbeard gives you a cold look. He doesn't seem concerned. Is this true? You will step forward and challenge Redbeard. Battle him for the future of Avadon and the Pact. Fight him to the death. I choose to fight Redbeard. Redbeard draws his sword. He isn't surprised. He expected to have to fight somebody. All signs of his earlier feigned weakness are gone. Gabriel, you would kill me. Have you not seen how strong I am? I cannot be defeated. As long as I draw breath, I will serve the Pact. You think a little thing like you could ever stop me? Why? Why are you throwing your life away? I will do what I can to make Avadon a worthy protector of the Pact. I am glad to hear it. If you become Keeper, you would do good work. You would probably be soft, but still effective. It won't happen, of course, but I am glad to know that you would have done the right thing. He gives his blade a few practice swings. Such a shame. We could have been such great allies. Could have done so much. Can't turn back now, though. So, what happens now? Now I rebuild Avadon. Only one test remains. If any of you consider betraying me, see the fate of those who try. And then Redbeard charges. The spectators scramble for safety as the eyes cast protective spells to help them survive the upcoming cataclysm. The final battle begins. Alright. Speed burst scroll will do something. And triumphant roar. Looks like he's getting damaged by something. Caustic pot. Acid and burning goo. And nothing. Oh, actually, another minion. Sure, I'll take it. And you, battle charge and stunning bash. I actually managed to stun Redbeard. Shocking. Build a healing pylon and shoot at him. And you, he's already got corruption on it, so I won't need to cast that again. Firestorm is a powerful spell. And Icy Lance. After months of seeing him weak and confused, you are surprised to find that Redbeard is a formidable foe. He is fast on his feet and he swings his massive blade with ease. Yet you manage to land a few glancing blows on him. He is irritated. Warriors, serve your master! Prove your worth! It turns out not all of the guards in the room are loyal to Protus. Suddenly, Redbeard vanishes. The terrified spectators look around, trying to find where he is. A moment later, you see him. And another. And another. There are 4 identical Redbeards hunting you from the magic circles in the corners of the tower. They say, in perfect unison, "You will rot in my dungeon forever, Gabriel!" Well, okay then. I have a feeling we'll need to find at least one of them, but at least they all have corruption on them. This will be a fight. This will be a hell of a fight. Can't do Earth Shatter. Maybe later. Okay, that one has a Blade Shield, but fortunately we'll be able to burn it down. Some of us are dazed, unfortunately. And at least we have a healing spell. Not pleased about the Terrify. On the plus side, we still have turrets. Okay, no longer terrified. Okay, that's out, and Icy Lance. Okay, those are all over there. I want to get that... that one's very close. That guy's also close there, so... Disarming Blow. At least that bat will keep people distracted. Charges up. Hard Hannah? That's probably not the best place you could have gone to. There's corruption on everyone. Ow. Oh, that's not good. That is very, very not good. What do you have that can be used? Wand of Corruption? Sure. Of course, those were immune. I think your major aid is already out there. And... sure, Wand of Lightning. And you can use another, so use that again. That actually didn't really do anything. Okay, heal yourself. You must. And you can't move. Crap. Okay. Corrupting Cloud wouldn't have much use, so... burn Redbeard's Guard. That's not pleasant. That's also not pleasant. Gabriel's way over there and stunned. Not good. On the plus side, that one guard is just about killed. Okay, one minion is gone. I'm still stunned. And of course he healed himself. Why would he not? Okay, now what can you do? Not much else. The healing is good. Looks like the haste we all had wore off. This is a hell of a fight. Oh, jeez. Gabriel's almost dead. His stun needs to wear off now. Alright, an assassinate blow will do a lot. That did do a lot. Okay, you have to heal yourself. You have no other option right now. Moving slowly, crap. We need to kill at least one of these bloody guards. And I think that one might soon. You don't have much. Mighty blow. It's a good thing we have that healing. You seem kind of fatigued. Hold on. You can... Elixir of Speed, very useful. And just so you can, fire that out to provide at least some assistance over there. You... Well, you've got a Freezing Bolt scroll, so that's something. Sure. Fire that out there. Didn't really do very much. Okay, you moved back over there, and... Battle Frenzy is going to be very useful. Oh crap, that one's getting closer than I'd like. All these people taking damage and all this. I just realized that one's actually going twice. That is irritating. Okay. You can at least do something about that guard. You move over there, get a bit out of the way. Okay, that's one guard dead at least. Not pleased about that. Very not pleased about that. Wait, why are there so many now? There's like 5 Redbeards. And of course he healed. Everyone has Battle Frenzy now? Oh, great. All Major Aid again. Okay. Grab... Elixir of Health. And you can't jump. Crap. Okay then. It's gonna be 3 turns until you can, so smack him. I have a feeling he must be fatigued or something. At least we can get rid of that Redbeard, I think. I think that's the actual right Redbeard. Oh, crap. Great, Botan's terrified. Not what I wanted. Okay, a Stunning Bash did not work. Can move slightly. Okay, Corrupting Cloud Corruption on all of them. And finish off that Redbeard. Okay, that's one of the fake Redbeards. You managed to land a harsh blow on the real Redbeard. It disrupts his concentration. A moment later, the other copies vanish. He swears loudly. He raises a hand and absorbs the fading power of his magical copies. He draws enough power to regain some of his strength. Well then, that helps out. Thank you. Didn't see that coming. We are doing a number on these guys, though. Okay. A backstab. Good. One more turn and I'll be able to jump down there at him. Drink another elixir. Smack this guy. You, actually... Hold on. No, none of this. Save those for when needed. Okay. Steel Wind. And Icy Lance. That missed entirely. Whoa, hello, specters! Didn't see that coming. Okay, fine. You distract that specter. I don't care. Okay. It'll still be 2 more turns before we can use the other things. Okay. Battle charge in to attack Redbeard. And a triumphant roar to boost all of us. You have no other spells or the like that you can cast. Although you can use these wands you have. Bring out an ally, major aid. Send a burning on that guy. Maybe we can get him gone. Of course, I'm not surprised he did that. Yeah, the bat can just distract the Spectre. I don't care about that. Gabriel got knocked over there. Fine. You are still fine. Razor Spray works out. We lost one of the turrets. Alright then. Summon... Temporal Pylon would be handy, but no. Razor Flinger, and then we'll get another... Actually, we'll get out an Inferno turret, I think. You are perfectly fine on health. Firestorm, however, will help out a lot. Not at all pleased by all the shocking that's going on. Not really where what I wanted to happen. I didn't realize there was an area attack. Oh, the bat's going again. What can the bat do? The bat can do nothing. At least one of the guards is almost gone. Okay, Caustic Pot. There, acid, burning goo, that'll help a lot. And an Ice Lance. That guard is going to die. That healing helps us all out. goes that guard. There goes that guard. Out the bat again. It's distracting the Spectre, that's the important thing. Everyone's dazed. Except you. You are not. That is good. You're a heavy hitter, you can do something against Redbeard. Until he comes up and does that. Which is a very bad thing. The last thing we need is Redbeard hitting our heavy hitter. Especially now that we have corruption on here. Gabriel is still dazed. Son of a bitch. Blade Whirlwind. Dazed, misturn. Moving slowly. Stunned. Son of a crap. If I don't get healing to Nathalie now... Okay, Gabriel is up next. I think. Of course, haste and war chant. But good, that Razor Flinger is going against Redbeard. I don't care about that. Okay, now. What I need... Group heal. And Sharpshooter Spray, I suppose, will do something. That Spectre isn't actually that strong, it looks like. Or at least it's taken a bit of damage. Okay, I don't care about you, well, as much. Go back to there. Now Redbeard is getting angry. You are forcing me to expend true magic! Magic that took me years to accumulate! You will pay for this, Gabriel! When I take you, your torment will last for centuries! Redbeard raises a fist. He mutters a few words of power. And then something goes wrong. Cracks appear on his skin. The color flows out of his face. He looks like he did when the corruption infected him. No! The medicine you brought me from my tower! It isn't working! It is fading! What did you do? The poison Protus put in his potion is weakening him. Excellent. So that's working. Oh, there goes that. Pardon that momentary freeze. The rat should distract that lost soul, I hope. We need to get Redbeard down. And assassinate. That did a good amount. And a disarming blow on Redbeard. Anything? Oh, that's now you. Okay. I think actually building another healing pylon would probably be better than damage. Redbeard vanishes again. Again, Redbeards appear in the circles around the room. They run out of the circles, hunting you down. So which is a real one? At least we can focus on these shades a bit. We're all bunched up, which isn't pleasant. At least we can get these shades down. This is a ridiculously long fight. Oh crap, I just realized Nathalie is closest to one of the Redbeards. There he is! Alright, I see him. He's the one we need to deal with. If we do enough damage, I think we'll be fine. So you get to that Redbeard. You are stuck there. One more turn and you'll have battle charge, but you've got things in the way. So, you deal with that. You fire off more at Redbeard. You're moving slowly. Jeez, everything is happening here. Oh, wait, when the frenzied rat can do the knockback. There we go. Now when Gabriel goes, he'll be able to get to Redbeard, which will be very good. Right, mighty blow. Now. Oh, you were moving slowly, son of a crap. Son of a crap. But fortunately... another corrupting cloud. Throw it out there! That should get rid of that guard. Okay, can you do anything else? Well, you can icy lance, for what good that does. That actually did a lot of good. Okay, can you battle charge to him? You can't. Triumphant Roar, that's actually going to be very helpful. Alright, focus on Redbeard. Maybe we can get him to get rid of all these minions. One more turn and we'll have another Firestorm. Excellent. Don't have enough vitality to use that. Oh, we're not going to have enough vitality for that, are we? Son of a crap. Alright, just keep focusing on burning down Redbeard. The real Redbeard is increasingly battered and bloodied. He stumbles under the force of your blows. He absorbs the waning power of his magical constructs. Too long, too little rest, too many battles. A year ago I would have destroyed you. You could never make me expend... And then he raises both of his hands. The hall starts to grow very hot. The spectators shout in alarm. Behind him, you see that Envoy Diren is doing something. She's rubbing something between her palms, muttering a spell. She moves her hands apart, and Redbeard's hair drops to the ground and bursts into flame. If he wasn't so weak and the spell so elaborate, Diren's magical trick would never have worked. Instead, Redbeard's spell is disrupted. Redbeard looks at Diren, and for the first time you see despair on his face. Such crude magic, but at a moment of weakness. You will pay for this, Diren! The whole council will! He absorbed the shade. He absorbed all the other shades, but he doesn't have much else he can do here. I think we'll have him. Plus side, it's working. That guard's almost gone. We'll need to finish off this Spectre. I'm disappointed that the healing pylon is, well, getting all that happening to it. Okay, I want you... Speed Burst Scroll... Stun Dash on that Spectre, I suppose. That was very effective. In fact, get that Spectre dead. There you go. Now, burn down Redbeard. We'll be able to get our guys over to him immediately. Charges up. I don't know what that did. I gotta get my guys out of this. Oh, that works. Okay, that one's dead at least. Alright. Redbeard's the only one left here. We have him. You can Firestorm. Do so. It's a very powerful spell. You gotta reflect on him. That's not good. Fortunately, most of our guys are melee fighters. Okay, the rat disappeared. That healing helps out a lot. Alright, summon Major Aid. Smack him. Okay then. We still have this. He is going to go down. Not pleased about that happening. Okay, death blow. That did a lot. Not enough, but we have him. Missed. Ugh, that is irritating. Okay. Searing pot. He's covered in acid. He's not going to survive much longer. Oh, bloody hell, enough with that! Don't you see what's happening to you? Leaving claw, not necessary, but do it. Well, that didn't help at all. Okay, he's still stunned. Burn him. At last, Redbeard falls to his knees, defeated. His blade falls from his fingers. He looks up at you. You can't read his expression. Anger, pride, despair? You can't tell. The envoy steps out from behind a pillar and says, "Redbeard, you don't have to die. You can still serve the Pact in..." With his fading strength, he waves her away. He looks up at you. "You earned this, Gabriel. Finish it. In our way. Maintain our way." "I will kill him." When you approach, Redbeard nods. "Yes, an honorable end. I did it. Won the war for you. Unworthy. I am proud. Do it." With one quick, merciful blow, you end Redbeard's life. All of his servants, no longer bound by his magic, vanish. The gates open. Everyone looks at you. Then, reluctantly, they kneel. Avadon has a new keeper. You have won. The meeting, which historians will eventually call the Scourging of Avadon, comes to an end. The gates open. The carnage is cleared away. All of the attendants turn and somberly go downstairs, ready to announce what happened to the anxious servants of Avadon. In time, people realize that this meeting was the true end of the Age of Chaos. The path of Avadon, and thus the Pact, was set. Everything to come sprang from what was decided in Redbeard's tower. When you reach the main floor of Avadon, the eyes and hands gather around, eager to see who would serve as the new keeper. When you come down the stairs, the hands and eyes stare at you in confusion. Where is Redbeard? Where is Protus? Then, slowly, reality dawns on them. You, hero of the war, scourge of the Farlands, destroyer of Delos, are their new keeper. Not acting, a true keeper. One hand cheers, then another. The applause is deafening. They cheer for you and for a new start and for peace. Then slowly they quiet down. You realize that a speech is expected of you, your first of many. It is a strange role, Keeper of Avadon. You are a warrior, not a speaker. Your words are slow and halting at first. Then you grow more confident. If you can face dragons and titans, you can handle this. You tell them your dream. A new Avadon, effective without being brutal, just and firm without being heartless. You describe a pact that can control the Farlands without driving them to despair and war. It goes over very well. Your short speech takes over an hour because of the many interruptions for applause. Of course, all of your lovely dreams still must face the cruelty of reality. Politics is a land of gray areas and hard compromises where you will never get all you want. You spend many hard years learning this lesson. You also bring up Envoy Diran to stand beside you. You are sure to swear that a new relationship between Avadon and the Pact. You can always go back on your word later. Envoy Diran smiles and shakes your hand, and nobody believes a word that is said. Avadon, at least for a while, will stay true to its nature, the cold, ruthless, efficient maintainer of order. And then the speeches end. Feasts are had. Casks of fine wine are opened. The dungeons are quiet. The celebrating and caressing lasts for days. Not long after, the Farlands sue for peace. There is yet another great meeting as the Pact and the Farlands negotiate peace. You are there, of course. No such business can take place without the influence of Avadon. At the meeting, you try to be even-handed. You make sure the Farlands will pay dearly for their attack on the Pact. At the same time, you see that mercy is shown. Thus, there is hope that another such war won't happen soon. Then hands are shaken, treaties are signed. There are yet more parties, parades, and celebrations. Then the true work begins, creating a new, peaceful world. The first order of business, of course, is cleaning up after the war. As the nations of the Pact focus to rebuild, Avadon is allowed to deal with the Farlands. Their attack caused enormous destruction and loss of life. They must be punished, all agree on that. But how to approach it in a way that the seeds of another war aren't planted? You have good advisors, good instincts, and intimate knowledge of all of the lands in question. You are eager to get to work. You are thus able to punish each Farland with taxes, lost land, and executions where appropriate, just enough to hurt them, but not enough to make them violent. You make them suffer, but always with an eye to a lasting peace. The fierce, independent Cimmerians turn out to be surprisingly easy to pacify. Chief Tilla and her son Geert are properly scared by their brush with Avadon, and they are grateful for your mercy. Vanadok Stead fiercely argues that the Cimmerians should sue for peace quickly. When this happens, they are rewarded in the peace talks. Cimmeria learns at last to stay on their side of the border. In return, they are allowed to mostly survive. The Wildrealm Rebellion comes to an end. You are as merciful as you can be, but the rebels are forced to submit totally to Pact law. The rebels give in. Never again will one of the Pact states declare itself above the law of the Pact. Little by little, the freedoms of the Pact states are lost to Hanvar's council in return for safety. None can ever agree if it was worth the price. As for the corruption, it stops spreading and withdraws to its old borders. The Pact realizes how close it came to disaster, and it leaves well enough alone. There are no more monitor bases. It becomes illegal to enter the corruption, and this law is seriously enforced. None ever discover the truth about that mad land, its origins, or purpose. You ignore it, and it ignores you. The lands of the Warborn stay as they always were, a chaotic arrangement of tribes, alliances, and squabbles. They aren't severely punished. Being trapped together in their lands seems like punishment enough. Yet some good does come out of the war. Your informal alliance with the Titans pays some fruit. Some of them turn out to be both powerful and sensible, and in time a few Titan villages are allowed to take root in the Pact. As for the Tawan Empire, the organizer of the rebellion, there is never any debate about their fate. They were the fiercest fighters against the Pact. They suffer the most vicious punishment. Temples are leveled, gods are slain, massive reparations are taken. The Pact's vengeance is vicious, total, and in the end out of control. Nobody in the Tawan whispers a word against the Pact for 100 years. The work of peace is, in a way, even more tiring and full of despair than the work of war. In the end, however, the treaties are in place. The final heads have been chopped off. The final payments are delivered. Then life goes on. The hands you are given command are invaluable in these years of work. Yet in the end, you must set them free. They go off to chase their own much-delayed goals. Khalida is happy to see Redbeard gone, but she is unable to tolerate living in Avadon. She eventually asks to leave the Black Fortress and return to her duties, elsewhere. You hear the stories. She is a tireless warrior for the Pact, but you never see her again. Botan doesn't return to Volklandia after all. You convince him to stay in Avadon. His aversion to violence never leaves him, but wherever there is a dispute to settle, he is always the best negotiator for the job. In time, many start to refer to Hart Botan as the Peacekeeper. Little in his life brings him more pleasure. You hear stories of Rudau's work in the Wildrealm. He forgives the rebels for their crimes and struggles to bring peace to that war-torn land. It turns out the title of Hand still has great importance there. Many thought that the rebels would never submit to the Pact. In fact, thanks in part to Rudau's help, a lasting peace is achieved. It is nothing short of miraculous. Somehow, the knowledge Nathalie obtained in Sparse Peninsula satisfies her. At last, she is able to believe in herself and concentrate on putting her great talent in the service of the Pact. She is an invaluable source of strength for you. She carries out every mission you give, ruthlessly and without hesitation, only asking for another scroll or bit of knowledge in return. She is a great ally, though eventually a frightening one. Selena returns to her duties as Hand, carrying them out with cheerful efficiency. Meanwhile, all the thinking constructs have completely disappeared. She says that she destroys them in the end. You choose to believe her. She is skilled, knowledgeable, and very useful to you. Everyone likes her. So much so that nobody asked too many questions when she disappears for months at a time. The years passed. The Pact settled its differences. The ruined cities rebuilt themselves. Avadon repaired its damage and replaced its fallen servants. You settle into your lofty post as Keeper. It takes a lot of work. You have to figure out everything for yourself, from who holds the levers of power to who to talk to get your chambers cleaned. Avadon does not resist your rule. You are the hero of the Age of Chaos, of course. You are respected. More importantly, you are feared. You take care to avoid Redbeard's mistake, consolidate your power, and try to regain the trust of Hanvar's council. After a few years, you are settled in. Then you begin to work toward your true goal. You do everything you can to make Avadon a fairer, more predictable guardian than it was under Redbeard. With the advice of your hearts, you lead Avadon to a level of prestige and power it has not seen in decades. Hanvar's council begins to support Avadon again. Your knowledge of the Farlands helps you control them without infuriating them. You achieve the record for longest time spent as Keeper without any assassination attempts. Though you are feared, you make sure not to lose touch with those under you. You are often found in the Great Dining Hall, telling young hands and eyes tales of the Age of Chaos. Yet you never gain Redbeard's level of power. None can help you master his many magical artifacts. Whatever helped him to stay young for so long, you never figure it out. Your rule is considered a great success by all, and history remembers you kindly after you are gone. As for you, you retire from the position of Keeper in the conventional way. You grow old, you get weak, your attention fades from time to time. After over 20 years in your post, 3 hands corner you in a back corridor late at night. You're too slow to activate your defenses. They stab you to death. As loved as you were, all saw that your energy was flagging. At least you were spared the madness that afflicted Redbeard. You are interred with great honor and ceremony in the deep vaults under Avadon. You are remembered with great kindness. And that is the end of your story. In time, all of this passes into memory. Redbeard, Delis, the Age of Chaos, you, and yes, even Avadon. Their stories are written down and gathered dust. Your tale, all the blood, sacrifice, and triumph, in the end serves to bore generations of schoolchildren. The world you pass on to them is both your gift and your curse. Your time passes. The young are left to love, fear, suffer under, survive in, and save once again the world that you made. The end. And thus ends the tale of Avadon. And I'll be honest, I'm happy with the way it ended. It ended on a very good note. Pity that Redbeard had to die, but his time was coming. I'm sorry to say this. I wish there could have been a more peaceful way of doing it, but there just wasn't. I suppose I'd like to think that some of the ideas I had may have passed on into later generations of Avadon, but, well, at least according to it, I ruled over a fairer Avadon. I don't know if that was because of the way I acted in the game, or if that's just the generic ending for if you choose to kill Redbeard. But overall, I'm content with it. And the stories of what happened to the Farlands, and especially my companions, I approve those. Especially Botan's. I love what they said about him. That, even though he was an assassin, he became a heart known as the Peacekeeper. That he worked as a diplomat. I'm very happy about that. I imagine Gabriel over time became fast friends with him, and despite Nathalie becoming a very strong and effective leader, I'm sure that that he and Botan became very good friends. In fact, that's interesting. Perhaps that's how it ended up becoming. Botan would go to negotiate peace, and if peace ended up just not being a possibility, Nathalie would come in and make sure things worked well. Selena, I'm not surprised with how things went. It went as it went. Kalita went out, left becoming a hand, and I imagine that was probably good for her. She always had problems with Avadon, with her memories, and she was always hard into justice. a fairer Avadon might have been trickier, especially considering her idea of justice was always very firmly in the law, and sometimes the law does need to be bent now and then. And Rudao, well, he did what he could to make things work peacefully, and I respect him for that. Whether he was doing it as a hand out there, leaving Avadon, or not as a hand, a former hand out there in the Wild Realm, or as a member of Avadon itself, I can respect what he did. Whichever side he went, I'm content with. As for the Farlands themselves, the corruption being leave us alone, leave you alone, that's perfectly fine. Much as we may want information on what happened, at least we finally reached the point of, yeah, just don't poke it, and we'll be fine. Some things, despite the information that could be gained from it, it's just worth it to leave it unknown. Cameria, at least we got peaceful there. They don't cross their borders, and everything is fine. So, that's peace on the western front. The Titan lands and the Wretch lands, sure, they're kept in their small areas, but the peace with the Titans, it's nice seeing it reach a level that it was reached. The Tawon, we did have to punish them, and I suppose nobody would have been happy if we had just let them go after they started a war. But the result, I suppose it's content. And then there's Svorgald. I'll be honest, in this entire game, Svorgald just completely got the shaft. At most, they got a small village and maybe 2 other characters in the entire series. Aside from that, they're just, they're those pirates and raiders who are kind of Nordic, I guess, that are way over there, and didn't really have any sort of count in any of these games, which is a bit disappointing in a way. I kind of wish we could have seen more of them, but I do remember reading somewhere that, I'm blanking on his name, but the creator of these games just kind of bit off more than he could chew, made too many empires and too much, and just really went overboard. But overall, I'm happy. I enjoyed the ride of Avadon as it went. It was a very good story, a very good game, and I'd honestly recommend it to people. And with that, I've completed almost every game in the Spiderweb software catalog. I'm gonna touch on it again in a vlog that I'll post probably tomorrow. But for now, I'm gonna end this episode here. I believe this episode went on like almost an hour, so it's gotta end here. So, I'll talk to you guys in that vlog. Keep an eye out for it so you know what's going to happen. Till then, I am Chester44, and I shall see you all next time.